In this class, we are going to understand about programming language and types of programming languages. First of all, we are going to understand what is a programming language. Any programming language is a set of rules used to write programs which allows to communicate with computer to solve our problems. Let us understand this particular thing on the board. Okay, let us see. Suppose assume that this is what a computer. Okay, in the computer we want to solve one problem. Okay, solve a problem. Let's say solve a problem. What is the problem that we want to solve? Let us assume that a plus b whole square you want to solve, or you want to calculate area of a triangle or perimeter of a circle or roots of quadratic equation. Like this you want to solve a problem. To solve a problem, okay, we write what? Programs. We write what? Program. Okay, so to solve a problem we write a program. Where you write this program? Programs are written in what? Programming languages. Like C, it may be C++, it may be what? Java, it may be what? Python, etc. Okay, so now programming languages allows to write programs. Using this particular programs we communicate with computer to solve our problems. Okay, so what does this programming language contains? Programming language is a set of rules. Okay, set of rules. So in this particular programming languages we follow rules to write a program which communicates with computer to solve our problems. Okay, this is what programming language. Okay, so now what is mean by here? Programs are written in what? Programming languages. Okay, then how many types of programming languages are there? There are two types of programming languages are there. Low level programming languages. Next one is high level programming languages. Okay, now first of all we are going to understand what do you mean by low level programming language. Okay, before that we are going to understand one more thing, please. Let us see. So what do you mean by high level? Okay, what do you mean by high level and what do you mean by low level? What is high level? What is low level? Assume there is one person. Okay, there is one person who knows what Telugu language. Assume that the person who knows what Telugu language. Okay, and there is another person who knows what Telugu language. Okay, then another person who knows what English language. Assume that. Okay, now Telugu person can freely speaks to what? Telugu person. Is that clear? This person communicates with this particular person very freely, very easily. Okay, therefore Telugu is high level language. Telugu is high level language for this particular person. Okay, suppose now the same person would like to communicate with what? English person. Okay, therefore this person should learn what? English language. He should learn what? English language. Then he should speak with what? The English person. Therefore this English language for this particular person becomes what? Low level language. Becomes what? Low level language. Because for this particular person Telugu language is the easiest language. He can speak very fluently, very easily. But this person, okay, after learning the English language, it is not that much easy to speak in English. Okay, English. Therefore it is a little bit tough language for this particular person, and that tough language is called as what? Low level language. Okay, so for Telugu person the Telugu language is the high level. High level means which is easy language for him. Okay, then for this particular person English language is what? Other language, therefore it is some tough language, and hence it is called as what? Low level language. Okay, so our language is high level and other languages are what? Low level. This is what you mean by high level and what? Low level. Okay, similar to this we in programming language are also two types, that is low level programming language and what? High level programming languages. Okay, so let us understand what do you mean by low level programming languages. Okay, let us understand. So computer understand one and only one language. Computer understand one and only one language, that is called as machine language, or what we call as binary language, which is a collection of all zeros and ones. Means computer understand a language which contains what, all zeros and ones, and this zeros and ones language is called as machine language or called as binary language. Okay, so this language is understandable to machine, that is why it is called as machine language, and in this language only two alphabets are present, that is 0 and 1, that is why it is called as what, binary language. Okay, so like this computer understand what, machine language or binary language, which is a collection of all zeros and ones. Now let us assume that suppose here I'm a person who knows what, English. Okay, let's say that English. Now I want to solve a problem. For that I write a program. So I write a program in what, English, my own language. I write a program in what, English. For example, let's say that a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, c is equal to a plus b, and I say what, print what, c. So what happens in this case, I wrote a program in what, English. Now this English program, if I give to the computer, computer does not run this particular program. Why it will not run? Because computer understand machine language and I wrote the program in what, English language. This English program I have written. So computer does not understand the English. That is why the program will not run. Okay, so therefore what I should do here, it is, now I should write the program in what, machine language. So program I have to write in what, program in what, machine language I have to write. So how you write the program in machine language? Means you write everything in zeros and ones. Let me show you. So the same program you have to write in what, zeros and ones. Suppose I write the program zeros and ones. I too don't know how to write in machine language, but simply I am saying. So we have to write the program in machine language. Okay, now this machine language if I give to the computer, now the computer will run the program, and also it will give the answer in what, zeros and ones. Okay, so therefore writing the programs in machine language, is what, low level programming. Okay, writing the programs in English, is called as what, high level programming. Okay, so if we write programs in English is our language, our well-known language, therefore English programming is called as what, high level programming, and writing the programs in machine language is what, low level programming. Okay, so therefore what I can say here, it is, in low level languages program instructions are written in what, machine language or binary language. Okay, so if you write the program in zeros and ones, then such programming comes under what, low level languages. Okay, so examples of low level languages are machine language and what, assembly language. Okay, so what are the advantages of low level languages? Let's say that advantage is faster program execution. Means this machine language program, okay, runs in the computer faster, because computer understand machine language and we have written the program in what, machine language. Therefore machine language programs executes in machine faster. That is why the advantage of low level language is programs will run faster, that is faster program execution. Then what is the disadvantage? Slower program development. Writing the program in machine language in zeros and ones is very slow, because for each letter we have to write so many zeros and ones, which is very tough to write. Therefore writing the programs in machine language is very slow. That is what we call as slower program development. Then purpose. What purpose we have to use this particular low level languages? Okay, so low level language purpose is used to write systems software like operating systems, device drivers, and what, compilers. Okay, so what is the purpose of low level language? Used to write what, system softwares. Okay, what do you mean by system softwares? Let us understand this particular thing. So how the system will work? Actually, if you take this particular computer, this computer function with the help of what, operating systems. Okay, Computer works with the help of what? Operating system. Okay, operating system means Windows operating system, Linux operating system, or Mac operating system, what we call as. Okay, so let's say that Windows operating system, Mac operating system, or what we call as Unix operating system. Like this, different operating systems we can use. Okay, so system, your computer works with the help of operating system. What is an operating system? Operating system is a system's software. This operating system, this is the operating system allows the computer to function. Okay, operating system is a collection of programs that makes the computer to function. I repeat again. So this computer, how does it functions? It functions because of the operating system programs. Okay, therefore these operating system programs you write in which language? Okay, you write in which language? Okay, you write in what? Low level languages. Is it clear? So operating system is a set of programs that makes the computer to function. Such a type of operating system programs we write in what? Low level languages. That is what I mean to say is low level languages are used to write what? System softwares. Examples: operating systems. Device drivers means hardware programs like keyboard programs, like printer programs, scanner programs, that are called as what? Hardware programs are called as what? Device drivers. Okay, this is next high level languages. Okay, we have understood up to now low level languages. In low level languages, programs are written in what? Machine language or binary language. Okay, therefore now high level language. What do you mean by high level language? If you write the programs in English, if you write program in English, such programming languages comes under what? High level languages. Okay, so in high level languages, program instructions are written in what? English. So if you write programs in English, then such programming language comes under what? High level language, and which are very easy for us to learn. Okay, and write the programs. Examples of language like what? Fortran, COBOL, C, C++, Java, Python, etc. All this comes under high level languages. Okay, then what is the advantage of high level language? Okay, what's the advantage? If you observe here carefully, writing the programs in English is very easy for us. We can write this program in what? In seconds we can write it. Okay, so writing the programs in very easy, and we can write the programs in English very fast. Therefore advantage is faster program development. We can write the program faster. Disadvantage is slower program execution. See, English programs will not run in the computer faster. Why? Because computer does not understand what? English. So how it is going to execute means, so we have some translators. Okay, we have some translators are there. Okay, so what you do is, after writing this English program we have to give to what? Translator. Translator is a software present inside the computer only. Okay, so after writing the program, you have to give the program to the translator. The translator will translate into what? Machine language. Translate into what? Machine language. This machine language, then it will run in the computer. Okay, so this translation process will take some time. The translation process will take some time. Therefore English programs will not run in the computer directly, but it requires some translation process. After translation it will execute in the computer. Therefore English programs will execute slower. That is what we call as disadvantage of high level language is what? Slower program execution. Okay, then purpose. What purpose generally it is used? So high level languages are used to write application softwares. What do you mean by application softwares? Means the softwares which are useful for us human beings. Such type of softwares are called as application softwares. Example: banking software, supermarket software, MS Word, MS Excel. Okay, like what? WhatsApp. Like this, so many softwares which are using by us. All that softwares are what? Application softwares. So therefore application softwares are written in what? High level programming languages. Okay, I repeat, in low level languages we write systems softwares, means the softwares which are useful for the computer to function. Such type of softwares are called as system software. Then high level languages are used to write application softwares which are useful for human beings. Okay, like this we have two types of programming languages: low level language and what? High level language. And advantages and purpose, disadvantages we have discussed. Okay, now C is which type of language? Now we are going to understand C is which type of language, whether it is a high level, whether it is a low level language or it is a high level language. Okay, but in C we write programs in English and therefore it comes under what? High level language category. Okay, in C language we write programs in English, therefore C language is called as what? High level programming language. But even though it is a high level language, it is more popular as middle level language. So even though C language is a high level language, it is more popular as what? Middle level language. What is the reasons of calling C as a middle level language? Okay, so the reasons are two main reasons why C is called as what? Middle level language. First advantage is, so first reason is C satisfies advantages of both low level language and what? High level language. So let's say that C satisfies advantages of low level language and what? High level language. That is why C is called as what? Middle level language. So let me tell you this one. What is the advantage of low level language? Faster program execution. What's the advantage of high level language? Faster program development. So in C language we can write the program faster and the program also executes faster. So as the C is satisfying advantages of both low level and high level, therefore C is called as what? Middle level language. But this is only 30% reason. Okay, but when we, the other reason, 70% reason is second one, that is C can be used to write both system softwares and application softwares. So C language can be used to write both system softwares we can write as well as we can write application softwares. That is why C is not a totally a low level language or totally high level language, but it's also called as what? Middle level language. I repeat, C can be used to write both low level language softwares, that is system softwares, and can be used to write high level language software, that is application softwares. So as C can be used to write both level languages, both types of softwares, therefore it is called as what? Middle level language, and this is the 70% major reason why C is called as middle level language. Okay, so this is what we have understood in this class. What is a programming language and how many types of programming language exist, and why C is called as what? Middle level language, even though it is a high level language. Okay.